Hi guys. Today I wanted to speak about another idea that I use to help people with overcoming obstacles, and that is the idea of the Firebird or the Phoenix. You can see one of my favourite versions of the picture up on the wall behind me. It's a really, really popular idea. People tend to think of the Firebird and the Phoenix as the same sort of thing, but actually the etymology is very slightly different. But we all know the Phoenix as the bird that dies and is reborn from its flames. Personally, I really like to think of the Firebird because there's a Firebird ballet. And if you look at the pictures of the dancers, they're incredibly powerful and incredibly centered within themselves. And that represents to me the strength and the rebirth and the continual growth that the Phoenix and Firebird show us. So how can we apply the idea of the Firebird or the Phoenix to overcoming obstacles? Well, at one point, we've all been there, I'm sure, where you realize that you can't really go any lower, that you've reached the bottom. You are at that point of disintegrating into a pyre of flames. And the only other way out is to be reborn, is to start again and to learn something new about yourself and to grow from the experience that you had. But when you are reborn, you are full of more experience, of more power, of more strength and knowledge. And yes, you might have got a little bit burnt in the process. And yes, you might be a little bit pink and raw around the edges, but you're still getting up again. And it's a really, really powerful emblem, a very powerful visual representation to think of, even maybe using the mantra, I am the Phoenix, I am reborn, I am the Firebird. Because that sense of owning the fact that you've been to a dark place, that you have burnt down to the bottom, that you have been reborn, but that you are reborn and you get to choose who you are and how you are when you are reborn. Do you go back to that person who was maybe weaker, more fearful, maybe vulnerable, maybe allowed others to treat them a certain way? Or do you choose that when you're reborn, if you're going to bother taking the time to be reborn, to become that risen phoenix, then you can choose what that representation of you is going to be and what it's going to look like. And if you can own that strength, and if you can embody that strength, then the lesson that you had wasn't for nothing. It changed you as a person. It changed you to be someone more knowledgeable, someone who's standing in their power, but most importantly, someone who chooses who they're going to be now. And when you are powerful, when you stand in that power, you are automatically magnetic. You're automatically more attractive to others. You have an energy output that says, I know who I am, I'm good with that, and don't mess with me. No, I'm joking. But it really is a sense of people who know who they are and who are comfortable in their own skin are incredibly attractive and incredibly powerful. So when we're feeling needy, when we're feeling weak and sad and depleted, which is a completely normal, natural state, it's understandable that we don't feel attractive, that we don't feel powerful. But then when we sink down and we're reborn and we choose to stand up and say, hey, I'm me, I'm the only version of the Firebird that exists here now, I'm going to choose how and who and what that looks like. And the power of owning and enjoying the experience of creating yourself for who you want to be and how you want to be, that's where that internal fire comes from. That's where that real change comes from. So when you next experience a hardship or a challenge, and it doesn't have to be anything huge, it can be anything that's a challenge for you on a personal level, try this. Just try this on for size and tell me in the comments, feedback to me, let me know how it worked for you. Repeat the mantra, whatever works for you. I'm the Firebird. I'm reborn. I'm the only version of me that there is, and that's amazing. And I choose who I am going to be from now on. I choose how I react, and I choose how I allow people to treat me. And see how that changes the way that you view the world, the way that you view your comfort zone, the way that you view your relationships. And let me know. I hope that helps.